Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I have my next journal, and I have my journal base. It's a 9x6 made out of my paper pad, my extra papers, my Dear Julie Julie kit. We're going to go ahead, go through this, then we're going to do our other 9, because there's already one in here, embellishments that are just the embellishment bases. And then we have our first 2 prompts in the 31 Days of October Paper Crafty prompts. And so that's what I have for you today. So I have, my cover is made out of cardstock from my scrapbook pad. It is 9x12 folded in half. I added this piece of that white canvas that was my mom's. I also put a piece of the white canvas on the inside. I did add already one of the cut apart cards here in the front that was yellow. This time out of the paper pad, I picked the pages that were really colorful. Okay, so my next 2 will be peach, and that should take care of the whole paper pad that I had. Okay, so, I added this little panel to the front, and it is from the wallet, one of the wallet pages from the Dear Julie Julie kit. And then if you guys have been around, you know I'm working through a stack of my mom's Christmas flyers, and so there's that. Okay, so here I have a Dear Julie Julie digital. It's one of the side-by-sides. I just folded it in half, 8.5x11 copy paper, folded in half. I did use the 6-pack, and I made 2 of these pockets again. So you saw that in yesterday's video, how I made that. This was the, okay, well, these are for the twin of this one, okay? So this was this cut off from that page. And this piece got put down and is a pocket. And this is my fold-up bottom pocket page from the cardstock. My ledger I love to add. Here's another side-by-side page from the Dear Julie Julie. Here's the other piece. Okay, so there's that. And it comes out and it flips. I have a page from a guest book, and oh, good. I have that. This is the, well, which page is this? Let's take a look at its other side. So there's the bottom up, the ledger, and this one is the over the side tuck page. Okay, so you get a full page and an over the side tuck page. Now I believe what I did, let's go ahead and give you the measurements. Okay, we did, okay, I took out my scoreboard. I went 4 3/4 and I scored it. And I went 4 3/4 and I scored it. First I cut my page down to 8.5. So my page was going to be 8.5 inches this way. And then I put it on the scoreboard. I scored at 4 3/4 and 4 3/4. And then this flap is what I had left. Then I laid this down on the scoreboard and I scored it here so I would have a place to cut it. So this is from the full 12x12. And now I have this piece left in my pile that I can go ahead and use. Okay, so that is our over the side tuck. There's the other tuck. Okay, so there's our over the side tuck. I took a beautiful page out of my David Austin rose book that was my mom's. Okay, and I picked one that had a lot of the colors. I have the little ledger. I have some bullet journal paper for one of my mom's journal books. I have the postcard on copy paper from Dear Julie Julie Digital. Then I have 4 pages of lined paper from a composition book. Okay, I like to put my lined papers together. So here, the next page, we have our border tuck. Okay, so for this one, it measures 5 1/4. And this side, we'll find it. This side is also 5 1/4. Okay, so we did 5 1/4 and scored it, and then 5 1/4 and scored it, and then what was left came over, and that gave us this border tuck. Okay, that is one of the required pages. Next, another postcard, and this one I have put down. It is out of copy paper, but it feels really pretty strong there. It's sturdy. This is the large tag page. So we've got the postcard Dear Julie Julie. We've got the 6-pack Dear Julie Julie. We've got side-by-sides, and I did do one of the large tag pages. Okay. This is another cardstock page. This one, let's go to the other side. This one is our reverse page. Now, I've already gone ahead and done some things to it. But this is the page where you take your 12 by 12 paper, cut it down to 8 1/2, because that's how tall it is going to be here. So I want it to be in this orientation. Cut it at 8 1/2. Score it at 6 inches. That's right down the middle of your 12 inch wide paper. And then I go ahead and I pull in 1 inch to 1.5 inches on each side, and that gives me the reverse. Okay, the page with the reverse. Now here I have already added one of my scraps, and I've made a large pocket flip. Okay, so there's my number 1 scrap page, already done, added here, and then I added a double yellow flip-flop behind it. Okay, double yellow flip-flop. Another bullet journal page, some of my mom's pink paper. Then I have a side-by-side from the Dear Julie Julie kit. This is from the 6-pack page of the Dear Julie Julie kit, and it's just waiting for a tag. I did put in a little glassine bag, some noisy paper, and a couple more of lined paper. And then our middle page is our over the edge it's an over the edge flip. I'm sorry, you guys, or over the side flip. I'm not really positive. I haven't printed out my sheet yet and couldn't get on Facebook because Darlene, I write it, Darlene fixes it and puts it so that we can use it, and I hadn't printed mine yet. So, okay, so it's an over the edge flip. Okay, so we have our over the edge flip. We have our reverse, okay. We have our border tuck. We have our side or top tuck. Okay, so bottom or top side tuck. And then we have our cover. Okay, and then we have our little flippy flaps, the tag flips. Okay, so there's one there, and I actually have turned it into a pocket. And then our other one is in here just randomly. It's a purple one. Of course, I can't find it. This one. Okay, so we've got a couple of those. And then our cover, because we're using our 12 by 12 paper. Now, after I had cut it, I thought, oh, we could go ahead and, do a pocket from the bottom. But I did tell you that on your pocket for your cover, you can put any pocket from your scrapbook paper on your cover. I told you that because knowing that for the 12 by 12, I don't want to make this impossible, and I don't want to make it that hard. So, yeah. So I have used one of my other scraps, and that's a pocket. Now this is the pocket that goes with the cover, so it doesn't count towards my part 2. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go on to part 2. Remember, I already have the somewhere in here. I already have where I took the reverse and I added this to the flap. Okay, remember, part 2 were just basic. Okay, so but I really like the way that turned out. Okay, so that is my part 2. Then I have this piece, and I think it's going to make a great belly band for right here. Now I can come back in and decorate these if I want to, or embellish them, but for right now we're just adding them in. And that is so that, you know, you can take a paper pad, make 4, 6, 8 journals, whatever, depending on the size of your journals and the size of your paper pad. And then you can add those special things that will make that journal, you know, be special for, say you're making it to give to somebody in particular, and you can go ahead and do that. So I've just added glue to the 2 sides, and there we have a belly band. So this time I'm actually going to show you, we're going to put them in where they're going. Okay, next I have this little triangle. It's actually, I think it's from the other journal. But that's okay. I don't have a lot of scraps left here, so, and I want to use, you just have to use all your scraps and all your paper pads. So if you pull a piece from one and pull it over into another one, that's okay. Especially, I'll tell you what, you get all this paper hanging around, it's all so darn similar, and you're going, okay. So here we have a little corner tuck. Little corner tuck. So this is a square that's been cut in half, and I saved the other one for the twin of this journal. There will be a twin. Okay, so there's that. Now I have the tuck piece from, this is a different type of tuck. You see that one's a little corner tuck. Okay, little corner tuck. This one, this is the other piece from the over the side tuck. Okay, remember that back here somewhere? Okay, so this is that piece. And we're going to bring it over and we're going to put it on the back of this. Okay, and that's going to give me a place to put either note papers or a card or a tag. So far we have the flap pocket that we added to the reverse. We have the corner tuck, and now we have this little, I'm going to call this a page tuck because it's bigger. Okay. Okay. You can add more embellishments to these if you want to, like I said, or you know, we're good as they are. So using a scrap, okay, so I have this pretty pink scrap. I'm going to come over and add this onto the side of this right here. And yes, this counts. This is an edge. Okay, so we're adding an edge using the branding strip. Okay. And we've added an edge. Now you can go ahead and do the ruffle thing like I did last time, or you can just go ahead and have that. Okay. Okay, these two are for the next journal. We don't want to, okay, so this one and this one are for the next journal. Okay, so these are the scraps that I have left. Okay. Okay. So I think we need to do something to the center here. And so I'm thinking a top tuck. I don't know. Should I do a top tuck here? Or go over here? I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to do a top. No, yeah, I'll do a top tuck. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I want some border around it. I'm just going to mark it with my fingernail. That's going to give me a top tuck. You see all the colors in this? Oh my gosh. And you know, although the paper pads are, you know, they're made to go together, some of the stuff doesn't go. I mean, it's not like the whole paper, these hot buy pads, it's not like the whole paper pad goes with each other. It's probably theme-wise it goes together. It was all rose garden stuff. But color-wise, unless you're doing something really eclectic, which I still have 2 of these paper pads, so I could do that. Okay, so there's that. And we'll be able to come in and just add, you know, a little card to it from the cut-aparts or something. But there is the top tuck. Okay, so we have our top tuck, we have our corner tuck, our little tuck, and our pocket flap and our belly band. So pocket flap, belly band, tuck, tuck, and the top tuck. Okay, so okay. So I'm thinking, okay, probably gonna have to get in and rip that a little more. Okay, so there's the other page. So this could be just a tag. Okay, just a tag, just like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that just like that. So that's 6. Okay. Looking for our little bag here. There's a journaling card. Now for a journaling card, I actually like to go ahead and round the corners. And this is meant to be, this part was meant to be easy. I'm just, you know, I try to actually teach things in these challenges. There is a method to my madness about how I've been doing these challenges. So, okay, so that's 7. Okay. Okay. Okay, I want to find a place. No, this one already has pocket, pocket, pocket. This could become a pocket. You know what? I think this would be a cooler tag. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for a place to possibly add a flip. Needs to be towards the front because we already have birds in the back. So kind of like that. Okay, so we need to cut it in because sorry. Okay, we have our little birdie. See this one, I mean this one, it doesn't really go with the other stuff going on in this, but it's pretty, so. And I needed a 6th paper. So here it is in the eclectic journal. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this here. We'll lose just a little bit of journaling space, just that right there, because you're still gonna be able to lift that up. Okay, so that's what we'll have going on this page. Okay, so little flip. We added a flip, and okay, and this is going to be a pocket. So, pocket. I'm going to put it right in the middle. Okay, so that gives us a little pocket. Okay, so flip, card, pocket, okay, let's check them out. What do we got? We've got belly band, edge, tuck, flip, belly band, edge, tuck, flip, belly band, edge, tuck, flip, flap, right, belly band, edge, tuck, flip, flap, flip, flap, card, 6, pocket, that's 7, top tuck, that's 8, we have a tag. 9. And okay, so you can make a paper clip as your 10th one. We still have that left over from the other one. And I think we'll go ahead and flip this over like this and come over here. These are thicker, but these, okay, I'll trim this down. We'll make a little notebook. And that'll give us 10, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and staple this in here. Remember, I'm just making the bases of elements here. These can come back and we can embellish these if we want to. Okay, so my paper is short, so I'm going to go ahead and make this into a matchbook style. Okay, so we'll go just inside where that fold is, and there we have a little matchbook notebook element. Okay, matchbook notebook element. And I think we'll go ahead and trim down this paper. Okay, and that can just sit inside one of our little pockets. Okay, I'm going to end up ripping that or cutting that, cleaning that up. How about we put this, we'll do like we did in the last one and trim this way. We can put a little thing there and to hold it. But that gives me my 10 embellishments and my base journal. So part 1 and part 2 for this journal are finished. Come back tomorrow. We'll do part 3, and hopefully I will also finish the second journal. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is I have started my 31 days of paper crafty prompts. And so the first number 1 was to make stamps out of images. Okay, so you know I made the stamps, and I made a, okay, so here's one. So I took the images and I put them on here, and then I was able to cut them out to be stamps. Well, I also have this amazing catalog that was my mom's, and it has like stamp type images in it. I just want to find the, yeah, there they are. Like, there was a page that didn't have things on the back of it. So that's been the hard thing here. So we're going to do 2 days. I just want to show you that you can just go ahead and literally sometimes you can go ahead and just cut these out, and they're already ready to be a stamp. So I would go ahead and cut all the way across with my postage scissors. And so you know, I'm looking for postage stamp scissors that I can add to the shop. I know some of you have really had a hard time finding them. So we'll see if I can find any. So there is that. So for day one, I would go ahead and cut a whole bunch of these out because I know that I'm going to want these for the journals that I'm making. So that's day one. It was make stamps, actual postage stamps from images. Okay, so just doing that, making a few of them, putting them in a plastic bag or in my drawer right here, and I already have them ready. And so that was on the number one. So the Patreons, they actually have the list, and they can go by that list and they can jump around. For the rest of you, I'll be showing you some ideas. So the second one was use a colorful book or magazine and make tag bases. So I have, again, this beautiful magazine, and let's see what we have, okay? So a lot of the things, that would have been pretty in the one I'm doing. You know what, that would, oh, what do I have for tomorrow's? Tomorrow's is pretty pink. I should probably, sorry, we're going to go ahead. We'll take this out. This looks very much good colors for, okay, with all those colors and that house. Love it. Okay, so we're looking for something to make tag bases. So there's one. Nothing on the back here. Okay. So you just have to look at what you got and decide on you know, if it's going to be how it's going to fit with what you're doing. Okay, lots of big ones. This would be beautiful in this journal right here. Okay, so here's this. Then I'm going to go ahead and I have, oh, I have the big one. I don't want the big one. I want a little one. And that's what that one's written on. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this out to be a tag, okay? And then I'm going to put it and I'm going to back it with ledger paper. And I just thought that that would be kind of fun. It would be kind of different. I could go ahead and I could just pull this over and it would be, I mean, there's so many things you could do, but I'm making a tag base and this is an example. So let's go ahead and just cut it down. Okay, so there's that. And then let's go ahead and at least there's, okay. There's that. Okay, so I have those two. I have this one. Princess Anne and Darcy Russell. Princess Anne has 85 petals. Is that not crazy? I think that's absolutely crazy that there's 85 petals on that rose. Okay, and that would be this one here, Princess Anne. Okay, let's go ahead and, you know what? I'm going to leave that rip. And I want her name. I really want to come all the way over here. It's a big tag. Oh well, there we go. Okay. Okay, so that gives you a couple, and then for these, we can go ahead and you could just cut them in half, and, you know, because you're going to probably decorate or embellish part of it, so, okay, let's go ahead and pull the journal off the table, and here we go. So I'm going to be doubling up for a few days on my examples of, oh yeah, look at that. We can have the numbers on that. Okay, we're gonna grab this one. Okay, I do want the numbers though on. I think we can do this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see. Yeah, it's less than 8.5. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go around it. You could, of course, make this a pocket. I'm just wanting it to be a little thicker, and I want to use things that I'm using because I know what this project is looking like. You know, the aesthetic of it, that it does have white pages, and okay, so there's that. See if we can get, there we go. Okay. Okay, and then we had a small one over here, I think. And for that one, I just want to make sure that the numbers are on the back. Okay. So don't forget that you can use the, use your ledger paper, use your other papers. I am going to put glue across here because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that border. And the same with down here. I want to make sure that I can cut those down if I want to. I'm going to put the border up above, and I'm going to line this up. Okay. Okay. So really simple tag bases. I'm going to go ahead and cut around the outside of these, and then I don't know where I've got like 10 pairs of scissors here. Where did they go? Oh well. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut across here. Okay, so number 2 of the 31 paper crafty days of October is using a magazine or a colorful book to make tag pages. This is not a challenge or anything. It's just something that I was like, you know what? I do writing prompts, but it would be fun to have a crafty prompt, especially if you don't have a lot of time to work one day and you're like, okay, well, what can I do today? And I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put together some paper crafty prompts. So there's a really large tag. There's that tag. And, you know, we can continue on adding these onto pages and having them backed. You can go ahead and sew them, and then you come back and you can decorate them the way that you would like to decorate them. This one ended up with 36. And look, you've still got your numbers on the back as well, but I just thought it was kind of cool that the numbers showed up here. And so, yeah, so I would take, you know, take an hour. If you have 20 minutes, 45 minutes, and you can do this. And so, like I said, the Patreons, this was something that I put several things. This is our 1-year anniversary with Patreon. So I'm trying some things, some new things, and this is one of them. So they have the list, and on the days that there's a template, or it's more like a craft along where it's going to be my main video, then they will have a supply list and the templates, and possibly even a digital to use like what I'm using. So like I did with the stamp page, they got that stamp page as one of their extra digitals this month. So again, 31 crafty, paper crafty October prompts. And so that was 1 and 2. One was taking the images and making stamps, so you can either cut them out and put them on white paper and cut them out as a stamp. Look at there. You can just go ahead and then use them like they are postage stamps. Isn't that going to be fun? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you come back and you tell us all about it in the comments section. Also, please go watch another video after this one, because YouTube really likes that when we watch another video right after we watch one that we enjoyed. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.